You know that ache when a story says it's over, but deep down you can feel it isn't? That's exactly what's happening with Downton Abbey. Because for a series that defined an entire era of storytelling, this so-called final chapter feels less like a goodbye and more like the start of something new. After more than 10 unforgettable years, we were told the grand finale would be the ultimate farewell, a sweeping emotional closure to the Crawley family saga. But if you've watched it, you know it's not the end. It's a handoff. One generation quietly passing the torch to the next. Released on September 12th, the film was promoted as the emotional curtain call of the century. Even Elizabeth McGovern, who portrays Cora Crawley, described it as her final bow. She hinted that if Downton ever returned, it would have to look backward. Maybe a prequel diving into the early lives of the people we came to love. And that idea? It's brilliant. Imagine a series centered on a young Violet Crawley before she became the sharp-tongued dowager countess we all adore. Watching her transformation into the powerful matriarch of Downton Abbey could be pure magic. The cast felt the goodbye just as deeply as fans did. Michelle Dockery, who plays Lady Mary, called the finale a beautiful tribute to the late great Maggie Smith. When you watch, it feels less like fiction and more like witnessing a real family say farewell. But look closer. Every emotional moment that feels like an ending also feels like a setup. Lady Mary fully steps into power at Downton. She's divorced, independent, and redefining what it means to be a woman of strength in that era. That's not closure. That's the start of an entirely new chapter. With her children growing up, Edith still managing her world, and Daisy stepping into new responsibilities, the next generation of Downton is already rising. And then there's that haunting, dreamlike moment. Mary seeing the ghosts of Matthew, Sybil, and Violet. It's not just a farewell, it's a whisper. The past still lives here. It shapes what comes next. Beyond the emotion, the film is filled with quiet story seeds waiting to grow. Mary's scandalous divorce has turned society against her. Her Uncle Harold faces a looming financial disaster. And Gus, the charming but deceitful con artist, stirs up fresh chaos. Those aren't endings, they're open doors. Even the side plots, like Isabel and Daisy organizing the town fair, carry deeper meaning. They show a changing world, one where women like Daisy, once servants, now have a voice in shaping the community. Downton isn't dying, it's evolving. And as new life begins, with Mary named godmother to Anna's soon-to-be-born child, and her own children George and Caroline growing up, the Crawley legacy begins again. Behind the curtain, producer Gareth Neame has already hinted he might not be finished. And really, how could he be? Downton Abbey has become more than a series. It's a global phenomenon, 6 seasons, specials, and 3 feature films. As long as audiences care, there's no reason for Downton's doors to close forever. A prequel about young Violet? A new season following Mary's leadership? Or maybe both, running side by side? One exploring the roots of the Crawleys, the other their legacy. The possibilities are endless. When you look closely, the grand finale isn't about goodbye, it's about reflection. It's a love letter to the past, quietly setting the stage for the future. Mary standing alone in the Great Hall doesn't symbolize loss. It's rebirth. The ghosts of the past remind us that family stories never truly end. They just transform, pass down, retold, reborn. That's the true magic of Downton Abbey. So, is this really the end? Not a chance. Whether it's a reboot, a prequel, or a brand new generation taking the lead, one thing's certain. The story of Downton Abbey isn't finished. It's just waiting for its next chapter to begin. If you loved this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories from the worlds we never want to leave. Because in storytelling, just like in life, endings are often just beginnings in disguise.